next spring that I'm going to show off was originally named the Christmas Tree Spring. Now, officially, that's still the registered name of that, but we now call it the Cypress Spring. The reason is these cypress trees that you see growing up around the edge of this next spring across the river, when the spring was named, those looked like about the size of a Christmas tree. Well, that was in 1957, and they've grown up a lot since then, so they're not exactly Christmas trees anymore. They've got to be full-blown cypress trees, so they've renamed the spring Cypress Spring here in the park. Now, this spring right here is not a major spring. It's one of the minor springs, but it's one of the clearest springs here on the river, if not one of the clearest here in Florida. Now, the reason is the aquifer that biases this spring, it actually originates in North Georgia, over 600 miles away, and it takes about 1,000 years for the water to move underground from there to here. Because of that, this one is particularly clear and also is about 0.5 degree colder than most of the other springs here on the river. Now, they love to use this one for outboard motor commercials and also fishing lure commercials, so it's used extensively even today in filming. Now, there's a lot going on here. The first thing you're going to see is this big tree coming under the boat here in the front flats. Now, that is a cypress tree. The Timucuas called cypress the eternal wood because it doesn't rot. That tree is about 300 years old. It's been underwater for about 100 years. And you could pull that up off the bottom of the river right now and cut it up. It would be perfectly usable. And there's people that would pay thousands to get their hands on that log right there to do exactly that. Now, they were in here doing some nice turtles down underneath the glass there. They were in here doing a cleanup for one of those commercials, and they found this old wooden boat here that you see immediately under the tree. Now, they brought in the archaeologist experts, and one of the tricks that they use is metal detectors. They hit that with the metal detector, and it rang out as containing ferrous metal, which told them it had nails and hardware in it. And at that point in time, became archaeologically insignificant. Now, I know the guy that did the archaeologist's investigations on this particular boat, and he said it's not that old. And I said, well, I can't tell my customer it's not that old. Now, his best guess was Civil War time. Now, that was what everybody believed for 50 or 60 years here on the river. Last Sunday, we had some divers come. They come once a month to clean the glass on the bottom of the boats. And then they come down here and also de-silt some of the artifacts. Now, they're not allowed to actually touch them. They use dustpans to actually kind of fan the water and blow the silt out. And this got the best cleanup that it's had in about 50 or 60 years. Now, they learned something here, and we now have the mystery solved of where this boat came from. If you'll look down in the middle of that boat, you'll see that rectangular piece right there that looks like it's picture frame. And if you look down on the back end, you'll actually see a break in what used to be the glass right there.
Oh,
in fact, the glass is still there. This is one of the original Silver Springs glass bottom boats. They used these from 1890 to 1910, and they were rowboats. They actually started the Silver River, the boats here, with in the logging industry. They had a guy that put a glass in the bottom of a rowboat, and he would go up and down the river and locate sinkers, like you see this log right here, so that the logging companies could excavate them. Now, he started charging money to row people out over the springs, and then they built these boats for that purpose, and they would bring people out in these rowboats and let them look through the glass and show them the spring. So, you guys, this has just been a treat for us, because all of a sudden, after years and years of mystery, everybody's got finally a definition of this. You can actually go on the internet and see pictures of these boats here when they were back when they started using them.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yes, cool.
Yeah. We're really excited about it, I have to tell you. Because back then, back in the day, 30, 40, 50 years ago, it was all about entertainment here in the park. So people would just make up stories to entertain the customers. But now with Google and Wikipedia, we got to be a little more accurate, because everybody's jumping on the internet to check us out. All right, now you see coming out of the boat, this vegetation floating around the bottom there. That's the spring that feeds this entire little alcove. Now, not all of them are big and gorgeous. Some of them are just a hole in the ground, and that one was a classic hole in the ground like that.